Badass Buckeye here talking about that loss Notre Dame suffered at the hands of Marshall. It's really embarrassing and unacceptable for Notre Dame to play Ohio State that tough and really went toe to toe with them. And remember, Notre Dame had to go to Ohio State at night game playing in front of 100,000 screaming fans, and they played Ohio State really good. The first three quarters, they probably pretty much dominated that game and was in control of that game. They played really tough in the fourth quarter too. After that game, I thought Notre Dame was a top 5 to top 10 team. They played that well. To go home and lay a complete egg against Marshall is unacceptable. It's unbelievable, really. Apparently, the Notre Dame team was just tired and mentally and physically exhausted from that game. They didn't recover in time. They needed a damn week off from playing Ohio State because they gave it all. Everyone wants Tommy Rees's head. That's not the case here. Tommy Rees, who used to play there, offensive coordinator, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for a very long time. So he knows the ins and outs of the game. I blame this on quarterback play and wide receiver play. I think that's what it boils down to. And of course, Notre Dame, O-line, D-line, they were just exhausted from returning from Ohio State. They just haven't recovered yet. Credit's got to go to Marshall for playing a really good game. Buckner threw 2 interceptions, bad interceptions in that game. Another thing is that Buckner's out for the year with a sprained shoulder now. That's what I just read. I want to look at some plays in that game. All right, what do we got here? All right, he drops back to pass. Look at that. He eyeballed that receiver completely. The cornerback saw that coming a mile away. Right here was a 4th and 1 play. See, everyone's crowded out the line right there. Notre Dame down. It was 9-7. They got stuffed on there. That was a critical play because they didn't work. They didn't get the first down. Marshall went down and kicked a field goal, which made it 12-7. That was too critical. This also was another critical play. This is right before halftime. Drops back to pass. Overthrows him. If he had just caught that, it was just past the 30-yard line, they might have got a field goal out of that, or maybe even a touchdown. Definitely a game changer. This was the last interception right here of the game. They were down 19-15, 4 minutes left. Throws it, and that's what I mean by right there. The receiver does not get separation. Cornerback was all over it. Those miscues I just showed you, I mean, if any of those were different, that could have been a turning point of the game. Notre Dame would have pulled this thing out, I don't know, with a 3 or 7 point victory. All those little things just add up. You can see this passes that Buckner threw. He was staring down the receiver the whole time, and the cornerbacks were able to jump on it. That's just lack of experience. Where does Notre Dame go from here? It's hard to say. They're going to start Pine, the other quarterback who has less experience than Buckner. Now it's going to be a really long season. And, Notre Dame's got some good teams on their schedule coming up. I don't know if they could beat Clemson now or even USC now. Don't they play BYU down the road? And I don't have their schedule right in front of me. It's just that this just makes Marcus Freeman's job even harder. It was a tough act coming in because he had no quarterback on that roster that had much experience. Let's take a look. No, I don't see anyone else on Notre Dame's roster that can come in and be a top 5, top 10 quarterback. Like I said, I'd be starting Pine, who had very little experience to begin with. He was beat out by Buckner in the spring. So what's the next step from Notre Dame? It's going to be tough. You got to recover from this game. By next game they should have recovered from Ohio State, which they had the hangover. And of course, this is going to be on their mind. This loss right here. They're 0-2, so it's very unfortunate. If you like college football straight to the point, please like the video and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you very much.